You know that feeling when you're hitting an invisible wall? Like you're working harder than ever, putting in all the effort, but you just can't seem to break through to that next level? Well, today we're going to talk about the secret lid that might just be the one thing holding you back.
Seriously, does this feel familiar? You're putting in the hours. You are 100% dedicated. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, but the results just aren't matching the hustle. It's like you're running faster and faster on a treadmill, but the scenery never, ever changes. So what is the deal here? What's the real difference between the person on the left, just grinding away with not much to show for it, and the person on the right, whose same high level of effort leads to this massive impact? I'll give you a hint. It's not about working harder. The secret isn't more effort. It's something else entirely. And once you get it, it will change how you see your own potential forever.
And that brings us to this really powerful idea called the effectiveness lid. You can think of it as the diagnosis for that feeling of being stuck. It's a simple but totally profound principle that explains the gap we all feel sometimes between our effort and our actual results. Leadership guru John C. Maxwell calls this the law of the lid. And it's as simple as this. Your leadership ability puts a hard ceiling, a lid, on how effective you can be. It's not your talent, it's not your work ethic, it's your leadership that sets the absolute upper limit on your success.
Okay, let's put some real numbers to this to make it clear. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, your leadership ability is a 4. Well, according to this law, your effectiveness can never be higher than a 3. You could be a 10 out of 10 on dedication, but that lid at level 4 will always hold you back. You just can't outperform your leadership lid.
You want a perfect real-world example? Look at the story of McDonald's. The McDonald brothers, they were incredible at running a restaurant. I mean, their systems were genius, truly revolutionary. But their leadership lid was low. They were happy with just a few successful locations. And then along comes Ray Kroc. He wasn't a better cook, not by a long shot, but his leadership lid, it was through the roof. He saw a global empire, and he had the leadership skill to actually build it. Same product, totally different lids, and the result changed the world. Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking right now, but wait, I'm not a CEO. I don't manage a team. I'm not in a leadership position. You know what? Let's just bust that myth right now.
Do you? Is leadership some special title that someone grants you on an org chart? The simple answer is absolutely not. In fact, thinking that way is one of the biggest lids that people put on themselves.
This quote from Maxwell just nails it. Leadership is not a noun, it's a verb. It's about your influence, not your authority. It is an action you take, a mindset you decide to have no matter what your title is or where you sit. Anyone, and I mean anyone, anywhere, can choose to lead.
So this is the crucial difference to get your head around. A manager, they tend to rely on the authority that their position gives them. They maintain the systems that keep things running. But a leader builds influence. They develop the people around them. They inspire people to care. See, you can manage from a position, but you can lead from anywhere. All right, so if we all agree that this lid is what's holding us back, then the most important question in the world is, how in the world do we raise it? Well, the great news is, your lid isn't set in stone. You can actively, intentionally work on raising it. But here's the catch. It is not a quick fix. You don't just go to a weekend seminar and poof, you come back with a higher lid. Maxwell calls this the law of process. Real leadership development is a daily thing. It's an intentional discipline. It's a journey, not something that happens overnight. So, okay, where do you start? Let's boil it down to 3 fundamental places to focus. Number 1, you have to commit to daily growth. Number 2, you got to build the foundation of trust, because without it, influence is impossible. And number 3, you need to shift from being the person with all the answers to the person who empowers others to find their own. Let's dig a little deeper on that trust piece because it is so important. Trust is basically built on 3 pillars. You've got competence. Are you actually good at what you do? Then there's connection. Do you genuinely care about other people? And finally, character. Are you consistent? Are you dependable? Are you who you say you are? Think about it. People might forgive a mistake in your competence, but they will never trust someone with a flaw in their character. That is the absolute bedrock of it all. And finally, that idea of empowering others. There's this brilliant concept from author Michael Bungay Stanier called the advice monster. It's that voice inside all of us that just screams to jump in and solve everybody else's problems for them. Learning to tame that monster is a leadership superpower. Instead of giving the answer, try asking a great question. Just stay curious a little bit longer. It's amazing how this empowers people, it builds their skills, and ultimately, it raises your own lid.
So, why is this all so important? Why should you obsess over this? Because raising your leadership lid doesn't just add to your effectiveness, it multiplies it. Seriously, the return on this kind of investment is an absolute game changer. What if I told you that focusing on this one thing, your leadership, could increase your effectiveness by 700%? I know, it sounds insane, but let's just look at the math from the source material. Take a look at this. In both of these scenarios, your dedication to success is sky high. We're talking an 8 out of 10. But in that first one, your leadership lid is stuck at a 4, which caps your effectiveness at a 3. Now, what if you focus your energy on raising that lid from a 4 all the way to an 8? Suddenly, your effectiveness jumps to a 7. That leap is so massive, Maxwell actually calculates it as a 700% increase in effectiveness. That is the mind-blowing power of raising your lid. So after all this, the entire explainer really boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful question you need to ask yourself. So what is it? Right now, if you had to be totally honest and put a number from 1 to 10 on your leadership ability, what would it be? Because that number right now is defining the absolute upper limit of your potential. And here's the final thought I really want to leave you with. This isn't just about you. Your leadership lid doesn't just cap your own potential. It actually sets the ceiling for your team, for your family, for your entire organization. Raising your lid isn't just a personal victory. It's a responsibility you have to everyone you influence. So the only question left is, what are you going to do to lift it?